My name is Stephanie, and for today's video, Facebook Live, actually, this is a pre-recorded just in case we have technical difficulties because I've had some difficulties in the past and I don't want to cut this video tutorial or a video content to show you how you can customize the template that I have on my shop. And so let's get started. I've prepared a little bit of some kind of slides. So we're going to go through here. Okay, I still have my face there. So I am just going to go to... Okay, that's not the way it's supposed to be. I want to be just the standard. So let's start. So for today's content, I am going to be talking about how to customize your Showit template. So if you don't know anything about Showit, it's a website platform. It is like Squarespace, WordPress, but the good thing is that it's way easier than those platforms. Trust me on this. Some people may even call it like it's the new Squarespace. I mainly design on WordPress for my clients, and when I've learned about Showit, I thought this is a good platform for people who want to DIY or to kind of like manage their own website and make changes without needing a developer to do that. And I'm going to show you why you're going to love Showit in this video. So stay with me and let's get started. So a quick intro about me. I'm a single mom to this girl, Hailey, and I'm originally from the Philippines. I've been living in New Zealand for 6 years now. And my corporate background is in banking. And I am a multi-passionate and I've discovered my passion in design. So I have turned myself into a brand and web designer. And I began my business journey in 2019, September. So for today's content, we're going to be talking about, or I'm going to be showing you how to create a Showit account. It's from the start, I assume that you don't quite know about Showit yet. So I am going to show you how to create or sign up for a Showit account and import the design template if you're purchasing it from me or somewhere else, and how to customize that template, and how to publish your site and connect your domain. We might not have enough time for publish your site, and because you will need to get a domain name and get the Showit team to help you with that. So yeah, let's get started with creating a Showit account. So that's the first thing that I'm going to be talking about. So how to create a Showit account is you will have to go over to showit.co, and I am going to quickly show you how is that working at this time. So I am just gonna... Okay, so for you to create a Showit account, you will have to go to this site, showit.co. So it is spelled as this. So you can just type into your browser, showit.co. And if you can see, this is a website builder. And you don't need to install WordPress installation. Yeah, it's really easy, quick and easy, because with WordPress there's so much technical setup involved. So I really recommend Showit for those who are struggling to kind of like have a grasp on how the whole website setup works, right? So for you to create a site, you just have to create your site and add your valid email address here. So for this example, I'm just gonna create like my email. This doesn't, this is just for you to show, for me to show you how you can fill out the rest. But it's like signing up for any other account. So you will have to create, submit, and then You will be asked to put your first name, last name, your business name, your industry, your current website if you have any, and this one, how you've heard about it, and your country, your phone number, and your email, and set up a password. And then you just have to accept Showit's terms of service and then click submit. So um, once you create an account, you will then be taken now to your, so the next step is, where was my, so the next step to that is now to import the design template. So in this presentation of mine, there's also some screenshots here, but I'm gonna go over as well in a video. So in your account, this will be empty kind of, but to kind of like go to your main account, you will have to go here under your name at the bottom left. You will see your name and on the bottom, and then you will have to go to this create a new design. You will have to import that. This is the next step. So the next step is to import the design template, or you can start also with any free designs from Showit in here and customize it. But if you bought one of my designs, thanks for that. And to import a design, you have to hover to your designs and add design to library. And then if you purchase my template, anything that you've purchased, it comes with a shared design key. It's like around 15 digit code, kind of 15 to 20 digit code that you will have to enter in here and then click enter. So once you do that, it's like a 3-click import. So it's actually 1 click. It's like you just add the key and then enter, and then you get the whole 4 pages. And it depends how many pages the template comes with. So once you do that, it gets imported. Like you get all these pages that you get. So for example, if you have purchased my beauty template, this one, and if you are not necessarily into beauty salon, or your industry is not in beauty, but if, for example, you're a coach but you like the branding and the layout, this is exactly how I'm going to show you how you can convert this layout or template into a website of your industry. So the next step now is to customize the template. So after now that I've shown you how you sign up for a Showit account, import the template, now it's time to customize the template. So this is the template that is up for sale in my website, shop.styledwebdesign.co.nz at the moment. So the template is built for hair stylists, hair salons in mind, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't apply to any other industries. So I'm going to show you how to customize this for today's video. So better make sure that when you customize, you kind of like already have your branding and your colors, your logo and stuff like that. So but if you don't have and you quite like the colors of the template, then that's fine, and then that means there's less work to do for you. And yeah, and then let's get started. I'm going to show you how we are going to customize this. So by the way, the template that you're going to get also includes Canva templates, like the website planner, the visual website planner, which is called like a wireframe or a mock-up. A mock-up is just a design made on Canva. So you kind of like have to visualize, you kind of like finalize and visualize what it looks like on the design stage first before you do the customization and the development part. So I'm going to show you. So this is the Canva template for the design. This is where the design was built on Canva. So if you bought my template, you also get this. So you can play around on what your website looks like first, because it's easier to design and plan it on Canva before you do it on Showit. Because building a website is like building a house, right? You kind of like have to have a plan, which is the design of the house that you're building. You don't just build a house straight away out of your mind, right? So if you are with me on that, that is what I believe. You kind of like plan the design. You plan your house first, because your website is like your house online, a house of your business online. So you kind of like have a plan on how it looks like before it gets built. So now, so this is the design, and I am going to show you a designed thing that is similar to this, which is like, if you're a coach, this is something that you can also do. So I'm not gonna go through like how I designed this, because it takes hours to design this, but in this video I'm gonna show you how we are gonna customize this on Showit. So it's not a Canva lesson today, it's gonna be customizing the template on Showit. So from this design of a hair salon studio, I have converted it into a coach website. So if you can see, it's quite similar. So now we're gonna go ahead and do that. So for now, in this video, I am gonna focus on one page only, which is the home page, because if I am gonna create all the pages, this is gonna take 2 hours or 4 hours, right? So I'm going to show you how you can customize the template into a coach website. So let's get started. So this is a photo, and the template also includes like if you notice that the photos of your website always comes with vertical photos or landscape photos. That means it's a landscape, so it's like this. And it also comes with portraits, which portrait photos are vertical, and square photos like these. So you also get these in the templates. So the first thing we want to customize on okay, let me just a second. We're gonna do that. I'm gonna move it there now, because with Showit you can only work with one open window. So now this is a demo, so it's not gonna override the template. So the first thing that you want to customize in this template is adjust your branding. So if you have your own branding, you may want to start with color palette. You can add your color palette here, and with websites, it's asked for hex color codes. So you don't need the CMYK combinations, you only need the hex codes. So that means if you don't have a brand palette, you can just drag it anywhere here. But again, as a designer, you kind of like have to have a plan on what your branding looks like. So I recommend that you start from the darkest from the left and lightest as you go along that side. So the darkest on the left, lightest on that side. So but because I've done this something like that, you kind of like just want to follow what's already there. So to test how to change those, I'm going to give you a color palette to work on. Okay, so I'm going to show you if, for example, I'm also selling this DIY brand kit as well. So if you're a coach who loves green and pink, and this is kind of like a good example, let's try to, I'll show you how you can customize the color palette in your website. So with that color palette, you just have to copy those hex color codes to these, paste it there, And now copy the rest as well. Again, as I said, oopsie. You make sure you click the OK button there. And I am just, you might have to rearrange the color. It depends on where you want the colors to kind of like show. You might have to put the pink on the end actually, or that one actually over here. And that one, because these colors have their own places in the template. So for example, it's like that, or maybe we do it there. And that one, we just want that to be white, kind of just keep it white. That's also white there. So there's two whites. So what happens if you change these, they correspond to, like, if you've used this one for title, then that's the color of the heading as well. So when you change that, don't forget to click save in here, and let's see what it looks like. So now the template looks like this. The reason why it's looking like this, because this one was set into a color that was linked to that particular color. So for example, you don't want it to look like this colorful. You just kind of like test which colors you want those colors go. So you can kind of like put that in here instead. And what was the green? For example, you want that one to be going here. So when you look at it, it looks like that. So with the text, you can still, if you don't like the pink text, you can also adjust the color of the text in here. So for example, I want the text to be taking the green color. So there you go. So basically all the heading ones gets the green color, and the yellow, for example, I don't want the yellow to look like that, so I want something else. So for example, I want a pink one over there. So it's like that. So of course, if you don't want to follow that, you can also adjust the colors of this on the right side. So you just have to go to text style and then choose it from here. So you will have to do manual adjustments there. So yeah, you can either adjust it from the global settings, which is the design settings, or you can individually change them as you go on this side. So it's just that if you use one text and you've used heading, it will kind of like inherit the settings that are set on your design settings, if that makes sense. So if you kind of like customize it into a different color, that means it's a custom settings. It will put like a heading, a plus sign there. So that means it won't necessarily have to follow the colors. So hooray. Now that we've done the colors, I am going to show you as well how you could change your font. So with this brand board, there's like a recommended font combinations that you could use for your website, but these are, you have to purchase web font license from Creative Market or any other places that sell the website font license. Take note, you have to purchase a web font license. And so for Sophistica Regular, I'm going to show you how we could change this into a Sophistica Regular. So For this example, we will have to upload the custom font. Okay, it has to be, I need to upload. Okay, to add a font, you will have to add it in your media library first. So I already have, do you have to drag a font into this file? Where is that upload file? So you can upload files from the font that you have purchased, and once it's uploaded, you will now then go back to your design settings and choose that font that you uploaded in there and name it Sophistica. Add custom fonts. So make sure that it will show the preview there first, and then it's right there. And delete some of the unnecessary fonts there. Keep it 3 fonts if possible, and then click save. So now we go back to design settings and choose, actually, the Sophistica is already there, so it's available in your font library. So now if you want to change this font, you now will have to choose Sophistica over there. And if you have done that, you can also change the heading to a bigger one and also change it for the mobile Sophistica. And you can also increase the size into that. And now you just have to click save. And now there you go. So of course you've done the branding and changes like that, but still looking like really small. So this is why it is very important to finalize the design first in Canva. So you kind of like see if the font is looking good for your website. So for example, for this one, if you wanted to change those designs, it's just easier kind of like to change the colors here first so you can see what the actual design looks like. So where was that? Do I have those? Yeah, I think that's the one. So with this, I kind of like it to be not like that, like that, and then change the images in here. So if you're happy now, you just change the colors, the fonts, because with in here you kind of like test trial. It's like design is always like, as a designer I would say that design is like trial and error kind of thing. Like you have to see if the words and the fonts are kind of like working together, if it's a good fit, if it's really showcasing your style. So in this example, what was the one that we used there? You could use either Amalfi Coast. So probably I'd rather use the Amalfi Coast rather than the, what was the font? Sophistica. So that's the, so that's what it looks like on Canva. So with Canva, you kind of like have to see if it's looking good, the font is looking good, and because changing it in the development side is, it just takes so much time. Like, you know, if you keep changing it in the development stage, it's just harder compared to like finalizing your design first on Canva and then you build it out whatever you made it in here. So you kind of like see if you, maybe there's a variation that it's better. So it's like testing out the water. And yeah, because some fonts may look good in other in other words compared to like, yeah, So if you can see, it's not as, I would say, how would I say it? It's not as catchy as the other fonts, like the breathing. So that's the idea there. So I'm just gonna change that into breathing there again. I just gave you that so you kind of like have an idea how to change it into how you like it. So going back, that's how you can customize your own colors and fonts. So I'm just gonna close that because in this example, I'm gonna stick to the same colors but different contents. So we're gonna do that. Okay. So, oh no, what have I done? Okay. So how do we do this? So to undo the designs that you've done on here, you can just undo it through this button. That's a redo. So you just click undoing and then it's just gonna click reset. Let's see what happens if we reset it. It's not doing anything. So if I click reset, nothing is happening. So I am just gonna stick to that. Okay, so because I can't reset the colors in here easily and I don't want to do the other colors again, we're gonna have to work on the colors that are already there because I don't want to go over 1 hour today. So I'm gonna show you how you can add the photos now. So first part of the customization is adding your branding and fonts. Now is the time to kind of like customize the photos. So to customize the photos, you have to click on the items, I mean the object that you want to change and go over on the side. So that photo is called the background. So you will have to change that into something. So for this example, I'm just gonna use my own photos. I'm just gonna look something from my library. If I have anything, do I have anything about myself? So yeah, let's just do that. So yeah, that looks good. So if I don't like this pink, I can just change it into a green, for example, or a pink, a bright pink. No, I don't want it. Let's stick it to the light pink color. So yeah, and then the changing of photos. Let's do photos first before the so now we just need to change the image there into something, for example, a square photo or anything. Bear with me because these are all the photos that these are the only photos that I have here. And you want to make sure that you're using the photos that kind of like match your brand colors. So you can just change that and then let's just use something else. So that looks good there. I'm just gonna change that again. So for example, let's just use that just for the sake of color coordination. Okay, so with this now you can also change the color of the book appointment so it's more visible into that. And this one you want to make sure you kind of like use black. Oh, that's the missing part. We did not add anything black. So if we go back to the design settings, let's make this color, or what color should we use for black? Should we use this as black? And then use that as the green color? I don't know. Anyway, we can still just use black in here. It doesn't have to be there. You can just drag the color there and it goes black. So the thing I like about Showit is that you can just easily move around things. But from the template, I'd be mindful where they are located. Like if they're on the left, stick it to the left. You can drag it on the right, but there might be settings on this side, like in the size and position. Watch out for these. If they are clicked, that means they have to stick on the left or right. So, yeah. And for this image there, that's more like a background. So you have to change that into something else. Like for example, you want to change into that. And then where is it? Okay, it's right there. So for example, I don't want it to be black. I want it to be green, for example, and make the text to be pink and bright, not that bright, like that one. So there you go. You can just change these backgrounds individually if you don't like that. Oh dear, what's happening? Okay, if you don't like anything that was pre-populated, and you can just individually change it the way you want it, and that looks good. Now that looks good. And then change that image as well to something that you like. This is more about you now, so if you want to put something about you, you can add something like that. And Viola. So now that's how to change your photos. And now we're gonna go over to changing your text. So for this, how do we make it into a coach website? So we'll just ignore the actual look of this website because we kind of like started with a different color. So what I'm going to do is you can just copy the text in here without worrying about the codes and stuff. So you just highlight that and paste it there. First class business coaching. And you can just change it into coaching. And Viola, you can reduce the size of the text into 50 if you want that. And then we're just gonna focus on that stuff at this point. So I'm just gonna hide the other one. So, and then you can write a small description about your unique proposition value here. And then the next one is your intro. Is to kind of like take massive quantum leaps in your business. I'm gonna make sure that for example, if you want to change the color of the text from black to green, you can do so, and you can just move the text around. And Viola, actually I need to add this colorful green. So I'm just gonna do a little bit more of some kind of adjustments in here. Let's make that a black one. So we're just gonna change that into pink, and then expertise into, I don't know, pink, and that one into I don't like it. So now that's gonna be dark. So now all the styles are, you can just change anything in here. And now you can just add your own text in there. I mean, that's why I like the design in Canva, because I only have to paste the content in here. Oh dear. Okay, so you can just add straight your content in here, pain point, describe your pain point, your client's pain point in here. So yeah, and add it there, and basically you can just change anything. So this one, just make it pink, light pink, and just change this about me. Hi, I'm L Taylor, something like that. Okay, so there you go. And now the next thing is to kind of like edit the other pages and the other side canvases, your global header. So your global header is like your menu, which is this one. So it applies to every page. So if you want to change this, so if you notice on your home page, you cannot click on that and change it. So you will have to click on the global header, because that's what it's called, global header. And then if you want to change the color, you can just go ahead and click it there, and then that one goes there, something like that. So I'm gonna put it back into what was there before. And then once you customize it, you will now then have to make changes. Don't forget to update also changes for your mobile, because mobile design is separate from your desktop design. So you will have to kind of like do a little bit of tweaking on the mobile. So don't worry about it, because it's so easy as well. So if you want to edit this mobile menu, you will just click on that and click on the canvas background to change the photo of the hair from there into something. For example, you want something like that, and the underlay is the thing that goes on top of it. So you can either go green or pink and change the colors again as you wish, like that. So you can add your logo in here, and for you to add a logo, you can delete these things, and you can be mindful that if you delete these things, they may also be deleted in your desktop version. So let's have a look. So with this one, if you choose on that, you are safe to delete it, because this design is just for the mobile pop-up. You can instead just add a logo there, like you can add anything in here. So these are the phases where you can add the title, these media library, and over there. Okay, moving on, how you design your homepage for this. So with this one, if it looks like messy, that's because the sizing of font on the mobile is separate. So you want to make sure that you adjust the size of that font for mobile as well, and change. So take note of this. The background for mobile is separate from the desktop. So if we've set this as a background is pink, on the mobile it doesn't inherit that, because usually the design for mobile designs are separate. So if you could see in here, shape style, desktop style. So if you may have changed that into pink, so if you change any color from here, you may not make sure you change it on the mobile as well. So kind of like you change it on the mobile as well. That's a separate way, but I kind of like to separate changing the designs. So same with this. So the face in here is still the old photo, because it's a background photo. So note again, backgrounds of background colors and background images are separate for the mobile design. So if I want to change that into that, it should be like that. And if it's like that, you have to make sure that you scroll it like middle right, like that, or top right. No, the location. Middle center, top top center. No, middle left, middle right. So either you can do something like that, or and move this somewhere like that, and it doesn't affect the location there, but the size and position here. So you can also move these texts to the right side if you want to. So see, I have moved those things, but it did not affect my desktop. So if you want to make changes for mobile and desktop design, you want to make sure that you are viewing them at the same time. So it's kind of like not messing up the design. So yeah, see, whatever changes we have made on here, like for example the font text, it's separate from the, so we may have changed the text color on the desktop to black, but the mobile is still a different color. So you will have to do the changes as well. For any changes you make from the desktop, you change it on the mobile as well. So if that makes sense, so that this part is the responsiveness. So you want to make sure that whatever you update on the changes on the desktop is also the same with the changes for the mobile design. So yeah, it will take probably for me to kind of like fast forward the showcasing of this, but I don't have that time to fast forward or edit this video, so I'm just gonna work with what I have. So the background there is, the background in the desktop is green, so we want to make sure to change that also to green. So yeah, maybe we could do the brighter pink, something like that. So you just change the text there into like a testimonial. So you can add a testimonial there, a featured testimonial, and then add a photo of that person. So for you to add a photo, you can just add a media library and make sure you add something circle. So whatever shape of object you want to add, you want to make sure that it is circle. So that's all I found as a circle. So we are going to use that just for the sake of this tutorial. So as you can see, I have uploaded a photo in desktop, but on the mobile version, it's separate. So you kind of like want to adjust that for mobile as well, like that. And even if you need to change the font as well for mobile. So there you go. So it's not as great as I would expect it to be, but now we have an idea. So once you finish that, you do the same thing for the other pages. It's pretty much similar. It's the same. You just add the photos, services, and book. And now is to, once you've finalized it, now it's time to view the design. So once you while you're working on it, it just auto saves it. So once you're ready to do that, you now have to click, either you can preview it and then click on this preview. This means that this is just a preview. It's not published site yet, but you can definitely preview it as a live page. Or if you, for example, the meaning of this is that if you click on this on another browser, it's not going to show you a live page like a website. So But if it's published, so if we publish this and click publish, you just have to customize the domain that you want to publish it to, that show it that site. So this is now where we want to go to site settings. So if you have your own domain name, you can just add it here, vanity URL. So you can add your demo code. So that's, for example, that's your domain name, but not the custom domain. So you want to save that, and then when you close it, so that means when you publish it, that's what it's gonna look like. So when you click on that and it opens to the, so that is now a published site if you connect it to your domain name. So the reason why it's not configured is then you would need to contact the, so the custom domain, you have to edit there and then add your custom domain name here if you've already purchased it. And then, so for example, add site, no domain assigned. So I can just assign it to something else. The changes to the requirements published to your site, no domain assigned. So add site subdomain. So for example, if I want to, okay, so the thing is I've already connected my account to this, but for publishing, okay, so I cannot really show you how it's done because mine is already connected to my domain, but this is the time when you would need to get in touch with Showit team. So you can, it's easy to get access to them, to their support. All you need to do is go to the this question mark and send them a message to just say, hey, I bought my domain, can you help me with my with connecting my domain to my website. So that's all you need to do. You don't have to worry about the technical things because they're, the Showit team is there to support you in your technical needs. And if you get stuck, they do have some tutorials over down here. So if you just go there, and they have a lot of answers that you can get answered. I mean, articles that you can get answers to your questions to. So yeah, thanks for watching and listening to this Facebook Live. And if you have any questions, just comment them down below. And I will get back to you for the next video. I'm going to be back next Monday and I'll be talking about how to optimize your website for SEO. Exciting. So if you have any questions, I'm going to go through them next week and I'll see you there next week. Bye.